Welcome to the Little Birdie Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Heathcote, and it's the eve of the Little Birdie Diamonds, and the feeling in the air is absolutely electric. And I've got the guys from the racing show here. I'll tell you what, they've bet over 50% of their bank already. They've just gone absolutely crazy with the bullets. They're just firing missiles into Top Sport, and it's just a day of surprises. We've got Trav Noonan. He's gone the golden switch, the full golden switch. He's turned up at Bet Doctor the other day in the new studio. They look like the Brash brothers, the Noonans. And now he's either got hit by the lawnmower or he's got a real good deal on the haircut. But welcome to the show, all you boys. A few of you guys are still in the office up in Queensland. You're a bit behind the times up there. But Trav, we'll go to you first. What's doing with that haircut, mate? You look fresh. You look ready. You look hungry.
Well, we needed something to spark us up, Scoot, for Saturday, like big occasion. Long locks, hot weather, just doesn't travel as well, So just got the cut. I think, it's doing the job so far. I've felt a little bit more fresh doing the form, a bit more clarity without the hair in the face.
I took a little, as soon as you were first into the Zoom meeting tonight, and then I took a little hundreds that Nick Noonan would get his hair cut, and then I woke up to myself pretty quickly. There's nothing that's going to get the locks off Nick. What about Nick? Little bet for the punters out there. If you guys can take the bank to $500,000, surely you can get a T-Dog's haircut. And let's put it out there as well. If you guys get to the $1 million, you got to shave it all off, big fella.
No, I'm not taking any bets like that. If we win the $1 million, it's just good enough we do that. We don't need any sort of side bets or the like. So that's my one rule. The hair's not coming off.
Oh, that's absolutely weak. All right, we can work on that in the stream. But what about you, Tommy? You've been big on social media recently. You and Luke Dittman, all of a sudden, best mates.
I hope him and Tay had a good Valentine's Day on Sunday. But yeah, he was giving me absolutely nothing on Thursday at Doomben there in the mounting yard.
Let's just make sure that you stick to your side of the fence. And what about you, Jacob? By the look of that office, I thought you were an accountant, but you're actually a lawyer. We might need you by the end of the stream.
Yeah, who knows what could go on with you and DK tearing things up down there. So if you need me, guys, just give me a quick buzz, a DM on Twitter. I'm always there to represent you. I know I can't say words, but in court it comes out, I promise.
Okay, well, I think we might make a pact. If you guys hit the $1 million, I reckon we fly you guys down to Melbourne and we just black out Monday, Tuesday on the calendars, and we get you down Sunday at Arbury. Arbury will float down on the dirty, smelly Yarra, as Peter V'landys says, and I think you guys can let rip. We'll get a penthouse at Crown, and let's just go absolutely crazy. How's that sound, Ollie?
I'm buzzing. I love it. I love it.
Now let's get into the serious side of things, and let's talk about the bets that you guys have had. The bank's at 81,000. It's about 6:00 Melbourne time the night before, and let's go through a couple of the runners that you've backed. We won't spend a lot of time on them, but Trav, we'll go first. We'll go Caulfield first. It's the major meeting. Race 4, Lunicorn, Jamie Carr. Why have you backed that one?
Well, you just mentioned part of the reason. Jay Carr, look, the car factor is massive. Everything she's riding at the moment, Scooter, is starting under its true price, and this horse has to hurt. Strong Gate 1 gets a lovely sort of map. I think its figures are pretty close to a majority of these mares here. A couple of horses up the top first up. She's sort of only off a little bit of a break last start December, and good jump out. So that's why we back Lunicorn.
Yeah, the map looks terrific, and Jamie Carr. You hear a lot of things about Jamie Carr, and they're all positive, and she's very versatile. But Nico, what about the big one, Animo? When the news broke that Enthar had this lameness cloud, we're all sort of giggling in the Bet Doctor office. We thought you guys are absolute geniuses. Have you got some sort of inside running? But that bet looks pretty good. $6,009 on Animo.
Yeah, it does at the moment. I think Top Sport really sort of tightened the sphincter there when he was $9 and he's been they wind him into $6 actually. I think that was the shortest of a lot of the bookies. So he's back out to sort of $7 there. So all reports today that the track's going to be pretty fair tomorrow. So that's a sort of early sort of forecast from a few of the track walkers. So, yeah, if that's the case, he's definitely right in the game. Ollie on, blinkers on. huge turn of foot. Hopefully Enthar just doesn't show up and that lameness really does sort of hold her back. And if it does, he is definitely the horse to beat. And I think we're sitting on a luxury price there at $9 for sure.
It's going to be interesting to see how the track plays. Like, it's still 33 degrees here now. There's been a little bit of a light wind all day, so I'm tipping they've had to pour a heap of water on this track for it to remain in sort of the good for zone to start the meeting. But Trav, we've got another bet early in the Oakley Plate. You guys have had $6,008 on Anders. Talk us through that bet. I know DK was horned up, which may be a bad thing.
Yeah, possibly is a bad thing. This bet, Anders, I think it's more based on his trials and jump outs, his preparation. We sort of wipe his last 2 runs at the end of the prep. There's sort of some things going on with him. Just overall, he just wasn't right. So I think you can just pen those 2 runs where he was obviously disappointing in the Sapphire and the Coolmore. But if he gets back to his win in the San Domenico, he's posted like some of the best figures for a sprinter of the entire season, and he's $8 against a bunch of B graders in the Oakley Plate. There's no A graders there. There's not a Group 1 winner in the race. So he's down on the limit with Group 1 Bossy, and we saw a little bit of Twitter content from Group 1 Bossy today, and gee, he looks fit, firing.
He looks ready to go, doesn't he?
Absolutely looks ready. So I'm confident this is a good bet, Anders. He's probably the horse at the moment I'm warming to as our best sort of bet at the moment.
And there is big potential that the syndicates find him off those big figures, 3-year-old down the way he goes forward. That's probably the main reason we backed him, because we think he could go off.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. I think young Darcy on Bet Doctor, she reported some early money with Top Sport as well. So you guys could be on the mark there. And let's fly north, and a little bit of a shout out to one of our major sponsors, Shane Baker. He's been caught up in hotel quarantine, dashing back to Brisbane. So I know, Shane, you're cooped up there. They won't even let you out for fresh air. But a shout out to you, mate, and good luck over the next few days before you get out of hotel quarantine. Very stiff there. Anastasia has absolutely stitched you up. But Tommy, let's talk about Eagle Farm. Eagle Farm, you guys have pulled the trigger there with Yangari. $3,008, Eagle Farm Race 1. Why have you backed this runner?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty bomb-proof bet from the barrier 4 with Benny Thompson on. Probably lands only 1 pair back. The favourite currently is Nishani Enchanted, kind of 7th up now. For a 2-year-old, it's a long time, fairly exposed now. And I think we got $9 for Yangari. I thought it was a really good price coming out of a 1,200 Eagle Farm race, which they walked up in front, and it was probably the run of the race, in my opinion. So, yeah, just that was a quick one. I thought that was definitely over the odds. And the Stiffmeister tried up at Caloundra. I thought it was far too short to be winning 1,200 in its first start away from home for Kendrick.
And Top Sport reacted. It's been 9 into 650 there. Ollie, 2 things, mate. The shirt, I think it's an improvement maybe from the last time that we saw you in the party shirt, but I don't know what's doing with the mirror behind you, mate. What's going on?
I hope my sister doesn't watch it. That's her mirror. No, thanks for the shirt. Thanks for the shout out on the shirt. I've got something special brewing for Saturday, so stay tuned, punters. I will change my shirt this week, so it's a big step for me.
No Cloudland tonight, mate?
Nah, mate. I'm zoned in, reframing markets, getting the yard notes sorted. I'm zoned in. It's a big day tomorrow for all of us, and I'm really keen to get stuck in, win some money for the punters at home.
Do you always wear a gaming headset when you do the form?
This is actually, you should see my real gaming headset, bro. You'll love it.
All right, let's talk about Eagle Farm Race 9. You guys have had 2 bets. You've had 2 bets.
Yeah.
Run us through the 2 horses that you like. Matty Rocks is the first one.
Yeah, Matty Rocks is the first one. It comes out of probably what's the lead-up race in terms of Stuttering and C Raider both coming out of that race. We think it was clearly the run of that race against what was a laughable tempo back in the field. The other 2 horses coming out of that race were up on pace, laughable tempo. It rattled off some really nice sectionals late, hit the line well. Bit of improvement as well to come from a yard point of view. We think they put up over the odds that. Clearly the horse to be on out of that lead up race.
So you guys have had 5,550, but then your biggest stake has been 7,000 at 550 on Tessark in the same race.
Yeah. So from the mighty Curry stable, which is a stable I really like when they come to town.
Who doesn't?
It's a horse that, from a yard point of view, just returned absolutely enormous first up last start at Eagle Farm over 1,200 metres. It was exactly how I want to see a horse return first up. It was bright, happy, full of itself, and just carrying that little bit of condition, that 2 to 3 length condition, which you can use to leverage off going deeper into the preparation. We thought its run was enormous in that, beating Genzai the Wolf against the pattern on the day over an unsuitable distance. This horse is really a 1,400, 1,600 metre horse, ticks the Eagle Farm box, which is vital up here. We think the price that they went up is over the odds. And to be honest, personally, I think it's almost a 2-horse race, the two we've backed. So very astute betting by the boys, I reckon.
And Lee Kilner, what are our thoughts about Lee Kilner?
Big fan, Lee Kilner. If you're watching, feel free to hit the Twitter DMs. Just a quick out there.
Tommy, Lee Kilner.
DMs. Anyway,
No comment.
No comment.
Cutting my
Tommy's in
grass.
enough trouble already. I think he's just going to keep his mouth shut for the next few days while he's heading to the track.
So probably a little bit of confidence there with a 3 kilo claim for Lee Kilner. Now, you guys aren't finished yet. So out of the $81,000 bank, you've had $46,000 of bets already, which is just mind-boggling. I think you guys have got the record for the most early bets.
Well, you did ask who bets, and we bet, Scoot. That was going to be our motto going in. So early bets is probably where we're. And I think we've got a good sort of spread. A few later in the day, if it's not looking so good, Anamoy, Anders, they're probably going to look to get us back on track. And then early, I think early will be pivotal. If Yangari and Lunicorn can get the cash, we'll be in a very good spot early. So hopefully that's the way it plays.
No, I like it. You got to turn over money to win money. So definitely Ascot. Why wouldn't you bet at Ascot? It's beautiful over there. Ascot race 1, prize pennies. You've had $2,016 T-Dogs. Why have you backed this runner?
Well, a couple of people might be looking at this bet and going, like, what planet are you on? But first up, it was the first time it's actually ever shown anything. It was desperately unlucky. I thought it should have run closer to third. The third horse is $5. It ran 4th in the race. It's definitely going to improve up to the 1,400, and it gets the Pontiff, Paul Harvey. He's like one of the guns over there in Perth with no pike. He's going to stand up. So $16, I think that's a good price. That's why we backed it, prize pennies. It's sort of a little bit of an interesting one. Like, it could firm, could drift, but we've just sort of it's a horse we could go again on if it drifts back out.
And then you've just butted up in race 2 at Ascot. So the punters will be very busy early there. $6,000 at $4 on Charlatan Eddie, and Top Sporter reacted there as well. So they're 4 into 360. Run us through that one.
Yeah, this is a horse who's a very good horse in Perth. Like, he's a good 3-year-old. He's sort of stakes class up there. He's first up on Saturday. He bumped into a really good filly, Shantalk, in his last 2 starts. Sort of gets a good run from gate 1.
He should lead, shouldn't he? Should he lead, T-Dogs?
Oh, Fishhook probably leads the race. It's got the claim for Matty Derrick, but it'll sit second. I think Fishhook's a little bit stinky, and this horse is just he's a proper horse. So I think at $4 he was a really good play early. I can imagine this horse starting much shorter than that. So I was happy to back him early. In a race where I think a couple of horses in the market are a bit too overplayed.
Yeah, there's a few shorties in there. And then race 3, featherweight. I've often been described as this, but 7,000 at 440, race 3, number 1, featherweight, rounds out the 9 pending bets that you guys have had. Run us through featherweight.
Well, I can't say I've ever been described as a featherweight scoop. This is a horse that I like these 2-year-old races because the race form in this race, I reckon, is legless. And there's only a couple debutantes, and they put up the best one at 440 with the best jockey in Perth, Chris Parnham, arguably one of the best stables, Daniel Morton, gate 1 straight to the front. I just thought he was a good bet. So I was surprised 440 came up. I thought he'd be a bit shorter. He's probably a horse that could have gone a little bit hard, but I just wanted to, keep some bullets in the bank. We've gone pretty hard as it is. So, but he's a horse. He's probably the horse in Perth we're most confident on. Even though he's at his debut, his trials have been really hot, and the C Parnham factor, it's huge with no W pie. So there's a big gap between the best and worst riders in Perth. Big gap.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Just as I'm seeing this, the Top Sport account is rolling over to 82,500. So I expect a really, really big push. I think we've got about 18 hours to go until the lockdown. That's a real Melbourne thing at the moment. But head to Little Birdie Pod if you like what you're seeing. The boys know what they're doing. So littlebirdie.pod.com, head to the Blue Diamond tab. And if you want more information about how to register, you go to our YouTube channel, Little Birdie Podcast, and there's a little Rego video about 2 or 3 videos back. T-Dogs, Trav, and Nico were in the Bet Doctor studio, and they've gone into a little bit more depth and gone through the speed maps of the Blue Diamond and the Mannerism Stakes. But we haven't heard much from Jacob, but I'm expecting big things. A man that is into law and into gambling is my sort of guy. So he'll be on fire tomorrow, no doubt. And all the guys will be tuning in from on course up in Queensland. So that's Tommy, Ollie, and Jacob. And then in with me in the stream house will be Trav and Nico. And we've smuggled DK into the house. So there'll be enough banter there. And I'm sure that DK, we might get DK to have a couple of bets from charity, and there might be a couple of sick beats. And the DK merch has dropped as well. So I noticed a couple of our fans starting to push that through on social media. The T-shirts have come up enormous. I think they're $40, and that includes $47, and that includes his set for the whole entirety of March. And it's all his out wide provincial stuff. So check that out also. But guys, what's the final little bit of preparation? Trav, we'll go around the room. What's the last thing that you're going to do tonight, or what's your preparation from here on in?
Won't be looking at any punting form. Need to just step away from that for a little bit. We've invited a couple of the boys over. Just, we'll work out sort of the food and beverage a bit later, but definitely the inspirational movie Let It Ride is definitely on the agenda. So that'll be the inspiration going into tomorrow, and hopefully we're coming out like Richard Dreyfuss.
Nico?
Yeah, I'm with T-Dogs. All the work's done now, so it's just a matter of seeing the scratchings tomorrow morning and then just finalising a few things. But yeah, all the work's done from a form point of view. I'm actually going to duck down the beach for a while, just freshen up down the beach by the ocean. I reckon there's no better way to clear the head than do that. So that's where I'll be headed straight after this little video.
Darren Weir could improve him at the beach, so I think if you get down to the dunes, you'll come on a fair few lengths there. But Tommy, I've got you pegged as a bit of a hinge man. And then sort of like just trawling on Instagram.
Yeah, probably exhaust the Tinder likes tonight. Maybe get one of the boosts. Get the exposure out around the area. Get some chicken
640 on a Friday night. I reckon the likes already hit a max for Tommy by now. He might have to rebuy.
Yeah, rebuy, restock. Need more boards. The chicken nachos from GYG, some Gold Coast form, and then watch a Tom Brady doco, I reckon.
The Gold Coast is pretty wet up there.
Yeah, good chance they'll be abandoned, but just in case, get it done.
What about you, Ali?
I just got to do some finishing touches on some yard notes, and then gonna duck down the Bottle-O, grab a 6-pack of the grouse, have a nice chill night. Missus coming over. It's her birthday tomorrow, so I got to make it up to her tonight.
Oh no,
punting all of tomorrow. So I just, sit down, watch nice rom-com, have a few beers.
What about you, Jacob? I would have thought a bit of American Psycho, Patrick Bateman sort of operation.
Yeah, no sleep tonight. Just American Psycho, bit of a bender. Really get myself vibing for tomorrow. No, I'll be with Tom, bit of GYG, and then haven't decided on the movie yet, but a bit of Netflix, maybe a bit of FIFA, just chill out a bit. Done too much form the last 2 days, so in the same boat as the other boys, I think. Bit of a chilled night tonight.
Take the foot off the pedal. Beautiful. Yeah, I think the bank's going to go somewhere around the 125, 150K mark, or if it goes absolutely crazy in the morning, we might even push 200,000. So as we sit here tonight, it's hovering around 82,500. There'll be a big final push, and I'm sure after watching this video, you guys will be pretty confident, and you'll see how the market's reacted to some of their bets. The boys,
if we get 200, Scoot, I reckon the big push. If we get over 200, the big push will be trying to win the millie from there.
Yeah.
If we get that much, I think that's
won't even be a push, Nico. That's just easy, isn't it? Like, 5 times. Come on, give us a challenge, Skip.
I know.
I'll tell you what, inspiration as well. Lone Wolves. Go back and just watch the end of the stream. Paddy and Troy, they killed it. So yeah. I think that's the inspiration.
It's absolutely gettable, and I'll get the bleach out again. If you guys can hit $1 million, I'll go full Slim Shady. Even though Nico's a little bit too scared to shave the locks off, I'll definitely go the peroxide again. Alana didn't geld me last time, so I might as well roll the dice again. So there's a bit of a challenge for you.
You got nothing to lose. That's why.
Yeah, my life's pretty much over. All right, guys, head to littlebirdie.pod.com. Stay tuned to all the action on @littlebirdie.pod on Twitter. We're in Spotify, we're in Apple Podcasts. Have a listen to Bet Doctor. It was a cracking show the other day. And with the lockout will be 12:15 Melbourne time tomorrow. We've got the racing show versus Top Sport. It's going to be a cage match. These guys are going to provide heaps of entertainment, 6-hour stream, and they've promised to bet the lot. These guys are going to go as hard as possible for 6 hours, and it could all come down to a double, triple press at Eagle Farm, and it could be all on your shoulders, Ollie. You ready?
I'm born ready, mate. Tesla makes the improvement I think it will make. It's chips in, baby.
Good luck.
Let it
Happy
ride.
punting. And we'll tune in tomorrow. 12:15, the stream will start. Get your tickets in the stream, and we'll see you on the YouTube channel, Little Birdie Podcast. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thanks, good.
Yeah.